What is going on, guys? This is Roberto Diaz. Today we're going to be talking about the original EOS R and if it's still worth it in 2020. Ever since the EOS R5 and the R6 came out, the EOS R has been lonely. No one has been talking about it. Everyone is thinking, we don't need this camera. It's the old generation. We got full frame 4K. We don't need that little crappy camera. It's a great opportunity to hop on a great camera at a great price. I don't know if you guys are checking out OfferUp or Craigslist, at least where I'm at. These Rs are going so cheap. I can't even explain how cheap they are. I've seen one for $1,000. I've seen one for $900. I'm in the Los Angeles area, so I don't know if it's just because in the area I'm in, there's a lot of filmmakers out here, but you guys need to check. These Rs are going cheap because everyone wants an R6 or an R5. I personally believe if you're planning on buying the EOS R original right now in 2020, it still competes with a lot of cameras right now in 2020. Doesn't mean that the EOS R is trash. This camera is still a beast and I still use this camera today. The great thing I love about the R is that it's easy to just take and go. I just love how easily I can grab this camera, throw a microphone on it and just start vlogging. In my honest opinion, I still believe that the R5 and the R6 image quality still is similar, and if not the same, than the original EOS R. Obviously the R5 and the R6 have more bit depth, so you're actually able to do more post-production and mess around with it a lot more. When it comes to uploading the footage, I guarantee you nobody will tell a difference if you're using an R5, an R6, a Canon 5D Mark IV, or an EOS R. The only differences that actually make it a little bit different is that the R5 has in-body stabilization. You also have slow motion, so that you can get actual slow motion footage. But to be honest, the average person won't tell the difference. They're not gonna notice the difference. And if you just bought the EOS R5 and you just bought the R6, you made an amazing purchase. But for the people that don't wanna spend that much money, it's okay. You don't have to buy the greatest and latest gear. You are perfectly fine buying the EOS R and you're not gonna feel like you're completely missed out. We have to sit here and think that these are completely different price range cameras. If you're on a complete budget, you need to go for the EOS R. If you have a little bit more money and you feel like you can spend a little bit more, I'd say jump to the R6. But if you're still hesitant about money and if you want the biggest bang for your buck, if you don't have a camera and you're hesitating, I'd say just get the EOS R and you'll save a lot of money. But if you need those specific features from the R6 and the R5, you need slow motion, you need in-body stabilization, then maybe go with those cameras. Then keep in mind, they're way different price ranges, especially with media. On the R5, you're gonna at least spend $500 just working with those CFast cards. Enough about the R5 or the R6. I don't wanna talk about them no more. We're here to talk about the EOS R and if this is a great purchase right now. Overall, I think this is an amazing camera. If you're someone that wants to do YouTube, if you're someone that wants to vlog, sit down videos, makeup tutorials, someone that just wants to record your everyday life, this is a perfect camera. If you're someone that wants to start diving into music videos, do some type of documentary work, you're not gonna feel like you're missing out on anything. One of the things that makes it such an easy camera is a dual pixel autofocus. When you're starting off, you don't want to have to worry about focusing. Even some of the auto modes on this camera are so usable and they're just so great that, to be honest, for a lot of people that don't need all these extra features, you're getting an amazing body for the price. Few of the value features, you're getting the same sensor that's in the 5D Mark IV, which is a YouTuber camera that every person that does makeup tutorial uses. You're getting that amazing reliable autofocus, and also you're getting that beautiful color science from Canon. If you're someone that wants real looking skin tones, something that looks natural and real, you should go with a Canon because you will receive natural looking skin tones. One of the things that you're gonna notice right off the bat that you're not getting with the EOS R, you only get slow motion in 720p. For me, that's unusable. Obviously, you can do 1080p 60, which is slow enough for most things that you do online. I've done a lot of Instagram story videos, a lot of promos using 60 frames per second, brought it down to 24. To me, that's more than enough slow motion. 60 to 24 works perfectly for simple things, online things, even for some music video. You don't need to go 120 frames per second slow motion. A lot of people don't need slow motion. Even myself, I was hesitant at first because I had the GH5 where I was used to getting that super slow motion, and then I got the EOS R and I thought to myself, man, maybe I can't do music videos no more. And look at me, I'm still doing them and I'm perfectly fine because slow motion isn't something that that you should depend on to make your work better. It should just be a tool to enhance it, and if it doesn't have it, you can find other ways to enrich your footage. Another thing you're gonna hear everyone talk about, you're gonna get a crop when using this camera in 4K. I don't think it affects anyone unless you're vlogging and you need that extra distance. If you're a filmmaker and you're composing your shots, you can find a way to make the shots work. You can move things around to make them fit your scene. There has not been a time where I said, darn it, I can't use the EOS R because 4K is too cropped in. I could step back or put a wider lens and I've been fine every single time. Don't make these little things make you feel like you're more hindered than ever just because a little zoom in, you know? Like, don't listen to what everyone says. It's okay if there's a little crop. Nothing's gonna happen to your footage. Something to keep in mind, cinema cameras right now, they're shooting in Super 35. So even cinema cameras today, they're not using full frame. Even them, they have a sensor that's cropped in. Just keep that in mind next time you're shooting something and you feel like I can't do it because my camera is a crop sensor camera. Even for the people that have the T3Is, T5s, whatever you have, like, don't listen to people telling you you need a full frame camera. Maybe this is one of your biggest purchases and you're not sure, you're scared to buy this camera. One of the things that I recommend you could do is check out ShareGrid, and you can rent one for 30 bucks a day, 20 bucks a day. You can even do the weekend for around $35. Try it out, test it out, see if you like it, and maybe then you'll be sure to make the big jump and buy it. Whatever camera you're planning on purchasing, I just say go for it and just make that jump and just trust in yourself that you're gonna push that camera to the most you can. Just learn the basics, learn about aperture, ISO, learn about composition, shutter speed. As long as you know the fundamentals and all the essentials, you should be fine. Once again, guys, this is Roberto Diaz. I hope this little video helped you guys out if you're planning on buying the EOS R right now because you're hearing everyone trying to tell you to get the R5 or just save up 2,000 bucks. If you have the extra money, I say go for it. And if you don't want to spend it, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, and you can always sell your camera a little bit later. And if not, you could just rent one out and try it out yourself. Rent the R5 or the R6 and the original R. Alright guys, thank you so much. Peace.